Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. My name is Fabian Kolb. I am an Akamai Senior Pre-Sales Engineer, and today I am going to walk you through a comprehensive API security pitch you can do for your customers. We will start by explaining the gaps in traditional API security approach and show how Akamai provides an end-to-end protection, enabling you to confidently showcase its value to customers. Let's begin. APIs are everywhere today. They power the modern business world. If you think about modern web applications, front end and back end of these applications communicate through APIs. Companies use APIs to facilitate internal data exchange between various subsystems and to connect and exchange data with their partners, suppliers, and customers. So APIs are business critical, and APIs handle very sensitive data. That makes them to an attack surface today. Today, API attacks are everywhere. As a global leader in cloud security, handling 30% of daily internet traffic, we see these challenges firsthand. Let me share some eye-opening trends in API security. APIs now constitute 31% of all traffic on Akamai's platform. However, this growth comes with increased risks. 30% of all attacks we detected are specifically targeted APIs in the past year. Even more concerning, almost 80% of enterprises had API security incidents in the past year, according to Forrester. And the damage is real. It's not about if an API attack will happen, it's about when it will happen. 24 of 70 major data breaches in the last 12 months came from API vulnerabilities that impacted 15 different industries. Some of these major data breaches make it to the news. Some have huge negative consequences for the companies. We need to ask ourselves, why is API security such a challenge? Why it is so hard to secure and protect APIs? It's because traditional approaches have strong limitations. If you look at the traditional cybersecurity approaches, the first big limitation is incomplete inventory. For organizations today, it's very hard to know how many APIs do they have, how many APIs are used. Out of all these APIs, which APIs are documented in the right way? Which of the APIs are updated constantly and are secure? This incomplete inventory is such a common pattern as there's even a term for them. These APIs are called shadow APIs. Shadow APIs are not known, not documented, not secured in the right way, and lurk in the dark. These are very dangerous attack vector. A big problem in the traditional approach is that you do not know all your APIs. This is an important piece to remember. The second big problem is limited observability. You simply cannot fully understand what data and access each of these APIs has and who owns them. You can't fully understand how your APIs behave or determine whether they are being routed through your existing web application firewalls or API gateways. Web application firewalls and API gateways are a very typical standard part of the modern stack. But do you know if every one of your APIs is completely routed to the API gateway? Traditional cybersecurity approaches cannot give you the full answer there. The next big problem is the lack of runtime controls. APIs handle these business-critical processes. With the traditional approaches, it's very hard to detect abuse or abnormal behavior and to separate good actors from bad actors. Traditional approaches just don't understand APIs well enough to be able to do so. That's because traditional approaches also are targeted to the traditional OWASP Top 10 made for web applications. In 2019, OWASP, leading foundation for cybersecurity, produced its own API Top 10. That shows how significant API security became. API security is fundamentally different from traditional web application security, and tools designed for standard web applications are not suitable or sufficient to provide complete protection for APIs. The last thing is the minimal testing these solutions offer. Here it's all about shift left. Shift left means addressing issues earlier in the software development lifecycle. The earlier you catch and fix a misconfiguration or vulnerability, the more efficient, secure, and cost-effective it is. The best time to fix an issue is during development. Waiting until it's in production is the worst-case scenario. Traditional cybersecurity approaches lack the visibility and agility needed to identify and remediate API issues early in the development cycle, making a shift-left strategy unachievable with these legacy solutions. APIs are growing in scope, scale, and value as organizations become increasingly cloud-centric and digital. They live at the heart of applications and services of our customers and partners. They're embedded across cloud environments, from the services developers use to the workloads that engineers lift and shift. APIs are often revenue streams themselves, enabling companies to grow business and build a developer ecosystem. Many companies have API tools in their existing stack, including API gateways and web application firewalls. But while these tools can offer some protection, they should be paired with dedicated API security solutions that are specifically designed to provide the degree of visibility, real-time security, and continuous testing to defend against modern API attacks. These limitations of traditional solutions led Akamai to the decision to invest heavily and build Akamai API Security. Akamai API Security is a complete solution for API security that it fits perfectly well in the existing Akamai stack. Akamai offers App and API Protector, which is responsible for constraint requests, WAF protection, alerts, and reporting. Then you have API gateways. There are a lot of API gateways out there. API gateways manage APIs policy and routing, load balancing, manage user authentication and authorization, and create global quotas for API usage. But only with API security, you can overcome these four big limitations. In the next slides, we will show you how Akamai API Security achieves full API protection. 4 core values: discovery, posture management, runtime protection, and testing. Let's start with the first big pillar of Akamai API Security, and that's full discovery. It's about understanding your complete API ecosystem like never before. The first thing this solves is the challenge to build up a complete API inventory. There was a very big limitation of traditional cybersecurity approaches. You can only protect what you see. If you can see every API, the full API inventory, you can also protect that. With Akamai API Security, you can build up full API inventory. It's not just about having an API inventory. It's about understanding how those APIs function within your environment. This includes visibility into routing through API gateways, the services exposing them, and the systems consuming them. That level of insight is critical for managing risk and ensuring secure, efficient operations. Akamai API Security continuously builds and maintains a comprehensive map of your API ecosystem. This isn't a one-time discovery. It's an ongoing process that automatically detects changes and keeps your API inventory up to date as your environment evolves. The second pillar is posture management, focused on proactively securing every API in your ecosystem. It involves continuous monitoring to understand how APIs behave, who's accessing them, what data they expose, and how they're configured. Posture management also includes intelligent vulnerability assessment, prioritizing issues based on severity, so the most critical risks are addressed first. The next pillar is runtime protection, which focuses on responding to threats in real time. Akamai API Security uses advanced behavioral analysis and machine learning to distinguish between legitimate users and malicious actors, a critical challenge in today's API landscape. We also detect potential data exposures that may violate compliance or governance policies. Runtime protection integrates seamlessly with existing web application firewalls to block threats, restrict malicious IPs, and ensure your APIs remain secure and resilient. The final pillar is the shift-left approach, embedding security early in the API development lifecycle. By integrating security from the start, You reduce risk exposure and ensure APIs are tested and validated well before they reach production. Akamai API security is built with flexibility at its core, designed to integrate seamlessly into the diverse IT environments of modern global enterprises. We ensure the solution adapts to varying infrastructure needs, offering deployment models that align with customer requirements. The platform can be delivered as a fully managed SaaS solution hosted by Akamai, deployed entirely on premises for organizations with strict regulatory requirements, or implemented in a hybrid model. The hybrid option allows key components to run within the customer's environment, enabling privacy and control over sensitive API traffic. This deployment flexibility is a significant differentiator for many of our customers, giving them the freedom to adopt API security on their terms without compromising performance, privacy, or compliance. Flexibility also means providing Akamai native connector that enables seamless integration with the customer's existing Akamai solutions. Traffic within the Akamai Connected Cloud is automatically routed to Akamai API Security for analysis, with the integration built directly into both platforms. This eliminates additional latency and minimizes integration risks. With the native connector, Akamai customers can effortlessly discover and monitor their APIs across all Akamai environments. Key benefits for using the native connector: one-click deployment. API security is ready instantly. True zero-touch deployment. No complex setup or integration required, enabling faster time to value. Lower total cost of ownership. No implementation or ongoing maintenance overhead. No hidden infrastructure or networking costs. Faster threat response. Seamless integration with Akamai WAF allows immediate attack mitigation, no additional configuration needed. Akamai API Security offers great flexibility. Let's take a closer look at how it works. On the left, you'll see the data sources. These represent all the data that API Security uses to understand the API ecosystem, the behavior of APIs, and the actions of both good and bad actors. This data can come from various sources, such as the Akamai native connector, API traffic, open API specifications like Swagger, test results, and more. This data feeds into a machine learning engine housed in a data repository. The machine learning process generates specific outcomes based on this data. The first major outcome is the comprehensive inventory, giving a full overview of your API environment. Other outcomes include vulnerability management, posture assessments, detection and response actions, and attack surface management. These outcomes can be managed through a standalone web application, or you can integrate them into your existing security and ticketing systems. Akamai API Security offers integrations with SIEM tools, ticketing systems, CI/CD pipelines, and web application firewalls for attack mitigation. Akamai API Security seamlessly integrates with common enterprise tool stacks. When you consider the networks and cloud environments where API traffic flows, our multi-cloud strategy ensures comprehensive coverage across major platforms. We support leading technologies including NGINX, F5, Istio, Kubernetes, Azure, GCP, Kafka, and more. We also offer broad compatibility with a wide range of API gateways such as MuleSoft, Apigee, Xway, Kong, and others. Beyond that, Akamai integrates with key workflow development and monitoring tools, covering SIEM and ticketing systems like Splunk, Jira, ServiceNow, and QRadar, as well as CI/CD platforms, including Jenkins, GitHub, GitLab, CircleCI, AWS CodePipeline, and many others. In short, Akamai API Security fits naturally into existing API ecosystems, enabling robust API protection with minimal integration effort. Akamai is the market leader in API security. We deliver the most comprehensive protection and testing available. We are the only solution that combines full API discovery and posture management, robust runtime protection, and complete end-to-end visibility, while offering the architectural flexibility and scalability modern environments demand. Our native connectors provide seamless integrations across all major API gateways and traffic sources. When you bring all this together, with Akamai's industry-leading expertise and proven professional services, it's clear why Akamai sets the standard for API security. As you can see, the Akamai portfolio delivers significant value to customers. With the enhanced, comprehensive API security offering, organizations can gain full traffic visibility across any environment, enabling flexible, scalable deployments without added complexity. Identify vulnerabilities early in the development cycle, helping prevent risks from reaching production and accelerating the delivery of secure applications. Integrate seamlessly with existing security tools. To speed up remediation, block API threats using Akamai WAF, and enhance detection accuracy through enriched threat intelligence. Let me share with you 3 case studies. The first one, an automotive conglomerate, a huge manufacturer of cars and trucks, and they deployed Akamai API security to automate discovery and security of their API. Customer achieved overall cost reduction by introducing our solution because they could eliminate other security point tools and they reduced the overhead in development of APIs. The second use case involves a major global convenience store chain operating over 84,000 locations across 19 countries. They leverage Akamai API security to monitor and document the flow of sensitive data, particularly payment and customer information. By integrating Akamai into their software development lifecycle, they're able to detect and address vulnerabilities early in both testing and production, accelerating the rollout of their new APIs. The third example comes from the telecommunications sector, where API adoption is accelerating rapidly. One of the world's largest mobile network operators leveraged Akamai API security to discover over 100,000 APIs across 3 distinct cloud environments, demonstrating the solution's architectural flexibility within a complex multi-cloud strategy. With full visibility, they were able to significantly reduce their attack surface by identifying and eliminating hidden vulnerabilities, while securing sensitive customer and payment data handled by their APIs. We offer a market-leading solution, something that's been recognized with several awards over the past year. The message is clear. By delivering robust API protection, we can provide an even better experience for our joint clients. So, what are the key takeaways when it comes to Akamai API security? First and foremost, it's about driving business forward. Akamai API security enables businesses to move faster because APIs are at the core of modern digital services. With the right protection in place, organizations can confidently accelerate their API initiatives, adopt shift-left development practices, and unlock value from new API-driven business models more quickly. At the same time, Akamai helps reduce risk. It safeguards sensitive data, protects against potential threats, mitigates reputational damage, and ensures compliance, all with a cost-efficient solution. The cost remains low because integration is simple, there's minimal overhead, and the solution fits seamlessly into existing security stacks, especially those already using Akamai. When you take a step back and reflect on why Akamai API security stands out, it's clear. APIs are becoming more critical than ever. Traditional security models struggle to keep up. Akamai solves this with complete API discovery, comprehensive posture management, runtime protection, and support for shift-left development, all with the architectural flexibility needed to adapt to any environment. This powerful combination delivers real, measurable benefits to our clients. Thank you for your time, and we're excited about the opportunity to partner with you. Let's work together to make API security a competitive advantage.